Hey everyone, this is Siddharth from Benchling's customer success team here. Today, I wanted to cover our newest Benchling AI skill, where to find it, what it's used for, and how it can help you. But first, let's just do a quick refresher on skills. Skills are reusable packages that help bring consistency to any kind of data and report generation that you're going to use through AI and Benchling. Benchling's already provided a number of these for you, so feel free to test out any of these when you're trying to build out reports, and use them as frameworks for any other skills you want to build. So as you spot any kind of repeatable uh, tasks that take a lot of time that seem worth automating, go ahead and try your hand at building some of your own. But for now, let's go ahead and talk about our newest skill that we just released last week, hypothesis generation. So kind of picture this, like you've just wrapped your recent study. You've got a ton of data, a ton of reports from a bunch of your teammates. Now you need to figure out where all of this data is going to take you next. What is that next best study? And that's exactly where hypothesis generation as a skill comes in. You can use Benchling AI to search not only your team's data, but augment it with public literature and get insights on new directions worth exploring. So let's go ahead and dive into the tenant and just really quickly look at skills and hypothesis generation. All right, so now we're back in the benchling environment. And so just to kind of quickly navigate us to the skills section, when you hit that benchling sparkle, you're going to find the AI tools, come into the settings right here, and you're going to find your skills. And so Benchling has provided a number of default skills that we're building out and constantly adding to. And so the one we're going to be looking at today is hypothesis generation. And so if you click into any skill, you're going to find the prompts that are going to call these skills to the AI. So here it's highlighting that if the user asks a question like, why might we be seeing X, or what should we try next, go ahead and use this hypothesis generation skill. If you're interested to see what is behind the framework for the hypothesis generation skill, you can look through all of these different files and see what Benchling has written to kind of help this skill work. Now, the hypothesis generation skill takes about 30 minutes to an hour to run. And I'm not going to do that live for you. What I do have is a hypothesis generation prompt that I've built within this tenant. So with this protein purification runs that I've done, I have a number of different titers for our cells. Can you work on some new ideas for what we should test next? And if you go through and click on the thinking, you're going to see that this prompt immediately highlighted the hypothesis generation skill to be used. And the tool then provided a report with a number of sources, a number of graphs, and came up with a final recommendation, which is that based on the within lot replicate variation, we're not going to go forward with a cell selection. We should go back and do a few more experiments on making sure that we can explain that variance. And so you can see that benchling has pushed back on a potential mistake from our team and is giving us a new hypothesis to test within the data that we have. And so this kind of work can help your team make sure you're on the right track with any kind of scientific data that you're going to produce next. And that highlights why the hypothesis generation skill can be really useful for your team. And so with that, I'll leave the further testing to your team. And if there are any questions, feel free to ask us out in the community.